Just no truth is war. Won't stop the compromise, stop the bloodshed in the summer dead, in the streets of beach, in the city of hate, no pity on this unjust carnage truck. I'm on the bus staring out of the window, thinking about the
Wealthy Rising, everybody. Wealthy Rising. How y'all feeling?
Wonderful.
Mr. Knight. Okay, you with me?
Good, good.
We got two speakers over there. Who else we got? Josh, Dale, Tremaine. Tremaine knew everybody, so we're gonna tell him some of what we got going on.
What's a good word, Tremaine?
Kenna, Sharika,
Good, I appreciate the invite.
Eddie, Trayvon here. All right, so whoever ain't here, they just ain't here. They got to catch the replay. I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time. I thought, let me see. I don't know if he's busy or not, but I want to say thank you. Give a shout out to Wealthy for holding down the morning come up for the last couple of weeks while I was doing other stuff. And then we also got Miss Turner coming up soon. She's gonna be doing the liquidity pool class, so I look forward to seeing how her presentation goes with her sharing what she got. All right, so y'all can see my screen, right?
Yep.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right, here we go. So, all right, this is my headline for the day for everybody right here. If y'all didn't see when I posted it before. So Stripe, for all those business owners out there, Stripe is now allowing businesses to accept cryptocurrency payments, which we already knew this was coming, but we know how to do this without allowing Stripe to be a middleman for us. I just want to highlight the evolution and the transition of payment processing, right, for business owners. So as you can see, this is Stripe's website. They got they're using USDC, I believe, on Solana right now, but obviously they're going to be able to upgrade to other blockchains as they go. And remember, when you're using Stripe, you do need to provide personal information and business information. And you need to have a business account, which means you need to have all of your things in order to even use this API, which connects your business bank account and obviously some type of cryptocurrency swap or trading feature. Or they're probably going to do like Juno. So for all of you who've been with me when we were using Juno, that's probably something similar they're going to add where you can just buy and sell your crypto using Stripe, and then they'll be able to transfer to any debit card or bank account that you provide. Especially if they're going to be including a wallet inside of Stripe. So that's probably the key right there. Stripe's banking as a service API. Treasury and issuing to make money management easy. So we already know how to do these things. Anybody that's inside a block cycle, like you know how to do this individually for your own self. You don't need Stripe to help you process your transactions. And then that's why we have block cycle, because we educate the individual and the community on how to use these things, so they won't even need to use Stripe or any of these other middlemen that deal with payment processing and transaction. And you can see they even getting into the NFTs. I'm going to speak on that again in a minute. One of the main things that NFTs will be used for will be identification. So a lot of people think NFTs are just those pictures that people were buying and selling for crazy for no reason. It was just art. NFTs have a lot more use cases, a lot more utility. And one of the main things will be identification. So just note that. And they basically putting together a toolkit. So this link is inside of school for anybody that wants to go check it out and comment on that. What else did I put on here? Announcements. So I got to tell y'all. All right, upcoming classes. So starting next month, next Monday, you guys can expect to attend these classes once you're registered. And then if you're registered and you can't make it, you will be able to get a replay. So I'm going to beef up the Monday nights. So Monday nights are going to be more packed with the opportunity to learn more about these other strategies that we have. So next week we're going to be doing the bill pay class for everybody that's registered. Bill pay is simply showing you how to pay your bills with cryptocurrency. Okay. And what I mean by that is if you buy $100 of crypto and then it turns into 150, you don't have to cash out. You don't have to withdraw. You can just use the whole 150 to pay a bill, or you can just take the 50 and pay a bill. And then you earn rewards from paying your bills in crypto. So we're going to deep dig it. We're going to dive deeper into that. Then with the private banking, we're going to be incorporating how to buy and sell gold and silver and use that in your private banking. And then digital real estate. After I do these classes, they'll flow on a weekly basis. So every week or once a month, you can say we're going to hit each of these once a month. So every Monday night, bill pay, then private banking, then digital real estate class. So that's for that. What else? I'll put on here. Okay, so starting tomorrow or starting next week, and I actually got to change the date on here. Starting next week, we're going to be bringing NFT Tuesday back, and we're going to highlight anyone in the community that has created NFTs, wants to create NFTs. We're going to explain more about what they are, what they can do, and we're going to start off with art. Eric supported one. I'm also going to highlight some of the other NFTs that have been made recently from our community members. So Tuesdays is going to be back with that. Like I was saying earlier, I had used the Monzo card to pay, school account is $100 a month. So I used the Monzo to pay that. And then I'm highlighting the fact that I've been showing people how to use Monzo to just keep track of their cryptocurrency payments instead of sending them through their bank accounts or any other accounts. They can strictly use Monzo to manage their crypto and keep track of those transactions. And that's one of the things that I've been doing because I got the Monzo connected to Coinbase, right? And this is going to continue until things just start picking up because the company, the community, this entity itself is not making any profit, right? Like all of the money is just cycling and recycling amongst us back into rewards, back into TVL. That's all that's really happening here. So some people are able to buy and sell, but as far as we are concerned, as far as what I'm managing, I'm simply doing the best so we don't run out of rewards. And I'm going to highlight the holders real quick. So we have 1,286 holders. That's basically 1,200 accounts, almost 1,300 accounts. And the 7 million here is our vault for the summer. Treasury have 2.1 million. We also have a vault of people who committed until next month. And I'm pretty sure they're like 5 times their commitment by now. And then everyone else who's holding me, we got Mike, we got Larry, we got Ramon. Like I'm familiar with whose wallet is whose if you don't have a segment. But I do want to highlight that everyone that has a segment, we will be doing an airdrop on Halloween. So everyone that has a Block Cycle name, Block Cycle segment, you're eligible to receive your cut of 100,000 cycle plus whatever other rewards we add to that. And this is allo.com where you can check any account, any transaction, and any asset. Here's mine. Right, and then you can see my name because I added my domain name to this, which is a part of what I was saying about NFTs being identification. So this is one of the ways you can identify your accounts online. You can simply use the wallet address, which is that's the account, or you can put a name on it if that's what you choose to do. Any question, comments, or concerns about anything I said so far before I move on to something else?
So for the most part, our system is more efficient than Stripe for business transactions or processing payments.
Yes, because it's direct to customer. There's no need for the middleman. The only area of challenge would be the consumer and the customer being educated enough to make the purchase themselves. So that's why we're waiting for mass adoption. That's why Block Cycle is here, because if people don't know how to do this, then they won't be able to do it, But Stripe knows that. So they're positioning themselves for when people do come, they'll be able to provide that service and collect those fees for people that don't know, or that would just rather use Stripe to make it easier, or for businesses to be able to be tracked and taxed, right? That's what I'm looking at. If you're a business and you're using Stripe, your transactions will be tracked and taxed. So you won't be able to accumulate a lot of crypto without them saying, well, we know you brought in 100,000 in crypto and we know the market's up. So we know you got about 300,000. Like, just to avoid all of that, we can do it on our own privately and just use the blockchain and check the transactions ourselves and keep up with our identity and our accounts ourselves.
Keeping up with the liquidity based off of okay, that makes sense. So the fees go back to us in this instance instead of going to Stripe and then to taxes. Makes sense. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, X out the middleman. They're not doing none of the work, which is why we're building this. Right, this is the whole purpose of building this. All right, so let's do the market check real quick. Let me go to CoinMarketCap. Actually, got more numbers. What's going on with CoinMarketCap? It's been down for a minute. Well, we're going to use CoinGecko instead. So there's multiple aggregators, places that you can look up the content and look up the data, look up the numbers on cryptocurrency. So the numbers that I want to highlight real quick is that the total cryptocurrency market as of today is $2.4 trillion. As of today, all of the cryptocurrency is worth $2.4 trillion. Total volume is $86 billion. And if you don't know what volume means transactions. So the cryptocurrency market is doing $86 billion a day in transactions. And one of the main things that we focus on in Block Cycle is how to get your cut. That's the main thing, how to get your cut. And as an example, rewards, Block Cycle rewards is one of the ways that people get their cuts. This is an example that, let's see, this is Spec, Wave, and Cycle. So these are three different assets that are collected daily, right? Three different assets that are collected daily, that compound daily, that create passive income daily. If you want to earn more, then you stake more, which is why we're building a staking platform. So this is one of the ways that we help teach people how to get their cut, because there's, like I said, $86 billion in transactions flowing through the market. There's a way for you to get a cut. I don't care if it's $1 or $100. There's a way for you to get a cut. One of those ways being Wealth Wave, Block Cycle, IPT. Foster just created his own token, meme token. So this is a part of our community as well. And then we want to shout out to Shanae. She's starting her own token, and she has a total of $145 in her TVL. Like this one, I'm real proud of this one. So if anybody wants to support her, you can go to Tiny Man and grab some of those tokens. She's building a preschool and some more things to it. So we're going to roll that out. So it's not official yet, but we're getting things set up. For those who know how this works, you can get in early and help support the cause. Walter the Wise is a meme token. So this is one way that you'll be able to create a big return, but I'm going to let Foster speak on that because he's leading that up. But as far as Block Cycle goes, I'm just showing you how this works. So as of right now, our price half a penny per token, up 26 points over the last hour, down 2% in the last 24 hours. And our total TVL is 56,000 basically. And this is $56,000 that is a part of this 86 billion. Right? So when this goes up, we go up. When this goes down, we go down. We have our own piece of the pie inside of the market now, and it's up for us to grow that and leverage it and do whatever it is that we want to do with that. So let me go back market share real quick. All right, so Bitcoin is at 68,000. It's up almost 1% over the day. Ethereum's at 2,400, and mind you, Bitcoin was at 75,000 almost. Ethereum was at 4,000 almost. So if you actually been in the market for a while, then you know these are still not at the highs. There have been higher numbers. So some people are still down. We want to see it go up so that way we can take advantage and leverage it that way. because we have a smaller price point, I want to highlight this. Since we have a smaller price, there's 68,000 for one Bitcoin, 2,400 for one Ethereum, and then for one Cycle token is less than half the penny. For a Wealth Wave, it's 20 cents. And one of the important things to consider about price, because most people focus on price when they really shouldn't, price allows you to get a bigger bang for your buck or a less bang for your buck. If I put $100 into Bitcoin, I will only get a small piece. If I put $100 into Block Cycle, I'll get a whole lot more for that dollar. So when the market moves, which dollar will benefit me the most? The one that I get more assets for. And we were about 10,000. So we took a dip of about 10,000 TVL. Some people removed TVL because we thought we were about to take a dip from a big sale. But instead, we've actually been consolidating. For those who know what that means the market's been going sideways for the most part. So we kind of stuck off in this range. But I'm sure by this Friday buy day, we're going to pump up again. I'm looking to see us get to that 600 because we've been stuck like at the mid 500s for like all of last week. And that's just my perspective on where we at as far as everyone's contributing. So once again, the numbers. We have 105 members inside of our school community. Like this is our group, tightly knit, on the same goal, on the same agenda. And then for the broader market, we have about 1,300 accounts. So just I want people to understand, we've built something where only roughly 100 members of our group, insiders, have attracted 10 times that more people to come and support and participate with us, which is giving us the TVL of 56,000. So for all those who know, now we have a collective community value of 56,000. All of us can buy and sell with inside of that money there. Before I switch gears again, any question, comments, or concerns by anybody? Okay. All right. I got anything else that I didn't cover on here? I'll be going over the calendar again. I got to update some things on here too.
On my side, it was a little blurry real quick. You said Shanae's token, the ticker was Hayes.
Yep. Yep. So she got $46 in Hayes USDC, 22 in some Algo, 38 in Cycle, 37 in Wave. And it's just a start. And her token is up 2% over the last 24 hours.
Okay. And we'll be able to contribute creating pools and things of the sort, same way that we would with Cycle, right?
That's correct. And we also have other tokens. So once she gets ready, she'll be able to do the LP deals, and then she'll be able to get a bigger LP with Wave, bigger LP with Cycle, bigger LP with there's 4 other tokens right there that she could do a deal with. And the deal basically means that they'll go half with her on building the TVL as opposed to her buying her own and building it herself, which is how Block Cycle's TVL got so heavy, because we did those 15 LP deals, right? We have Wave and Cycle has a deal, Spec Cycle has a deal, Algo Lead Coin has a deal, Dark Coin, Coop, Thick. So just by having all of these partnerships, and they're going to consistently add over the course of, let's just say, the next year. So let's just say for the 2025, you know for a fact that some other group, some other community is going to be contributing to the value of an asset that you own. If you do nothing else at this point, there's going to be several other groups adding money. So it's like the profit is built into what we have here. And that goes for everybody. No one else has to invest or use anything anymore. You can just sit back and allow what we've already built to stay in motion. But for those who participate and contribute and keep the thing going and growing, there's obviously more benefit to being more active and engaged in the market.
And other groups that are outside of the people who are in the class, like other token holders, can also see our liquidity pools, right? So in theory, they will want to copy the strategies that work.
Yeah, they're going to want to follow the money for sure. And one of the things that we started recently was the Friday buy day. And I highlighted this last time on the call. If you can see those, those big dips, those are the Fridays. Like this was our recent Friday, but because we took a dip, it didn't shoot us up like the last few Fridays. But just because it did it before doesn't mean it'll do it again. But if you just follow the trend, it's there. So I just want us to continue doing what we're doing, keep learning, keep practicing. And the more people learn, the more we earn. The more people practice, the more we grow. Like it's just from the activity. The activity is what's provided us with this value for everybody that's been able to actually see the gains and profits that have been made. So we went over Stripe. I need to go over the website. So I'm still waiting on some of the developers to get back to me so that we can finish revamping the main website, blockcycle.org. And this is going to be a way for people to come and learn and earn with crypto, right? I want this thing to be automated so that we can continue to use it, and then we can share it with other people so that they're able to use it and start making passive income, start building wealth on their own. For those who haven't seen, you go to BlockCycle. We still have to edit all of this stuff right here, but you can still go to the actual platform that we have built. This platform allows you to earn from all of the different LP partnerships that we have. So all of those partnerships, those LP deals that we had, those tokens are also provided to our NFT holders and our token holders, our LP providers. Let me see.
Where's the marketplace for the NFTs if we still looking to cop some NFTs at the moment?
That would be Algo Gems. I'll pull that up in a second. Let me connect this wallet.
Sure, I've been making use of the drops.
Okay. And I think I showed this Wednesday on the last call.
So do we sign in to Para first before we come to BlockCycle webpage, or we can do all of it on BlockCycle?
Yeah, so if you go to blockcycle.org, you're going to click launch cycle, and it's going to take you directly to the platform.
Oh, all right.
I don't know why it's not showing up. I'm telling you, it's another bug on this thing. Okay, all right. So I got to hit up Scott, see why it's giving me this error, and then I'll let y'all know about that. What I was gonna show the staking, but since it's acting stupid, I'll double back to that. But just keep in mind that we are part of a $2.4 trillion market, and then there's a way for you to generate your own returns without having to deal with somebody getting in the middle and collecting a fee off of your transactions. And just to highlight, that's what takes us to Tiny Man. And just like we go to Tiny Man to collect our fees, there's other platforms out there where you can do the exact same thing. I just want to highlight this for class. All right, so if you look to the right here, this is the DAO wallet. This is a part of all of those LP deals that I was explaining that we have. So these are the part of the LP deals that are on our side, and then those other communities, other token holders, they hold another portion on their side, which also contributes to the TVL. So if we put in 100, they put in 100 on their side, we put in 100 on our side, and we're both growing our TVL and our liquidity. Let's just go with a big number so people can see this. So imagine You had $2,000, and this is one without much activity, but let's just say $2,000 in a private bank account. Basically, let's call this, you've earned 61 cents on your money. If you would have put $2,000 inside of a traditional bank account, you would have earned nothing. Let's try this one. This one is even better. So this is less than 2,500. This is an example of how it depends on what liquidity pool you invest in. I want to highlight this real quick. So in this liquidity pool, there's $434, and it's earned $1.08 since the last pool transaction. It's averaging about 7 cents per day. 10, it's like almost 0.1%. Okay, so just look, $400 is earned $1. But I just showed you that this 2,500 has only earned 60 cents, 61 cents. And let's look at this one. 431 only earned 5 cents. So it does depend on what liquidity pools you want to get in, because those liquidity pools have a certain volume. They're doing a certain transaction. Let me go to a different one. Let's do wave cycle. There's another example. So here's 2,100, and it's generating $2.60. And it's a smaller share of the pool. So it depends on the pool with the volume of the transaction. This is why we look at volume. This is why these are the transactions. This is the total value of each of those pools where the transactions will happen. So the bigger the pool, the more transactions, the more fees. Like I just helped a guy yesterday set up for his Cycle Algo, Cycle USDC. Why? Because these are our biggest pools, so they're going to generate the most fees. Now, if you invest in a smaller pool, then you'll get a bigger portion of the fees, but there may be less transactions because the pool is not as big. And these are some of the things that we did get on Wednesday nights. So Wednesday nights, we have the liquidity pool call every Wednesday, 7 p.m. for those who don't know. And that's going deeper into what you can do on Tiny Man. I'm working to get us in cycle into the Farmer Reward, so we got to get on here and start voting. I'll go over that sometime later or make a video on it. But the goal is to become part of it's called Targeted DeFi Rewards. That's what TDR stands for. And just because you have a community, a token, or a platform, you can qualify for extra rewards, free rewards, not the rewards that I personally have to keep paying out to keep everything floating for everybody, but are free from the actual blockchain. They're going to give us, and Tiny Man, they're going to give us rewards for having our liquidity pools on their platform and for having so many people ready to farm. But there's a fee attached to that, which is another reason why we built our own platform. But they're a lot more advanced than us, and I can only go as far as, I know how to go. But this is the next step. After you add liquidity and provide liquidity, you can farm those tokens, which is another form of staking. You can stake those tokens and earn more every day. And as you can see, 13%, 11%, 30%, you'll never see these type of percents or gains or returns at a traditional bank. And this is every day, all day. Like there's no reason any of this is not available. It's just about managing it and knowing what to do once you start to get these type of returns. But any question, comments, or concerns? I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I just wanted to catch y'all up on what I've been working on, what's to come.
Okay.
Messages. Leia?
Can you combine the assets in several pools to give you a greater contribution to something you want to stake? Like, can I go to Tiny Man, take my Algo cycle combination and wait, how do I want to put that? Contribute to that and add it to something else and make it a bigger stake.
Yes. So can you take your cycle algo liquidity pool and make more from that?
Yeah.
Yes. That the answer to that question is yes. So that's what we have built on the block cycle staking platform. I'm a little mad that it's not working right now either.
I can just drop a few dollars on it at my leisure.
Yes, you can. And then
Okay.
you can go here and stake it. So there is staking for the cycle algo on here. Let me send him a message right now, actually. But it doesn't have to be cycle either. That's the point of all of this. It can be any of these as our prime example. These are already official, already approved. You just get more bang for your buck when you're dealing with something from the beginning. But you can do the same exact thing with all of these other liquidity pools that exist. You can farm them. That's like the next level to earning off of liquidity. So you add to liquidity so that you earn from the liquidity pool fees, the transactions. So now you're earning from the transactions. And then those tokens that they give you in exchange, because you know, in the liquidity pool, you have to put in half and half, right? You got to put in half of one token, half of another token to create the pool. And then when you do that, they're going to give you liquidity pool tokens in exchange that you can also farm, which is earn passive income from those tokens. So you're earning passively from your tokens in the pool, and then the pool tokens are earning passively from the farm. And it just depends on what asset that determine the type of return and gains you can see and how much you actually have. That was one of the main things that I was just highlighting. So you can have $1 and still earn some pennies, some crumbs, some fractions, or you can put in $100, 200, 2,000, and actually see a bigger gain on your money. Because what else are you doing with your money? That's what I main thing I tell people. I ask them, like, if you have $500, what else are you doing besides holding it just for the moment to spend it? I'm not saying that you will never have to spend it or want to spend it, but why not position yourself where at least when you create value and you've earned income, that it can continue to grow until you actually do need to use it for an expense, because it's not growing sitting in dollars, and it's growing a lot slower, and it's going to be taxed. You got to deal with inflation and taxes when you invest in the traditional market, simply put.
Yeah.
Right?
I got another question.
Shoot.
Is there another method to contribute to your DeFi besides Coinbase?
Yes. So you got crypto.com.
Okay. Oh yeah, we skipped over that. I forgot about them.
You
Okay.
got crypto.com. You got Robinhood. Right.
Okay.
You got Uphold.
Uphold. I never heard of. Oh, I just saw that. Okay.
So, Walt, when you're done answering her question, I want to ask a quick two questions for you.
Okay. You got
Okay.
Kraken. So just a few right there.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. Go ahead, Kayvon. What's going on?
So, volume and liquidity are the same thing, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. For just to
Oh,
keep it basic, simple, yes. I like to
okay,
I like
so
to say that it's the liquidity is the equity. The value is that dollar amount that people like to focus on. But basically, yes, that's the same thing. The liquidity will equate to the value.
okay, I mean the volume.
No, the
So,
volume are transactions. So the
okay,
volume, so this why everything is connected. Like when you look at Tiny Man, you're looking at the total lot. This is my total lot right here. I have
okay,
2,200 total lot, but we know that there's a total of 56,000 total lot, right?
mm-hmm.
But that total lot is only beneficial to those that are in it because of the value. This is how it's all connected. You put money in here, that means you're attached to this. If you're attached to this, you're benefiting from anything that goes through here, buys and sales, buys and sales.
So it's the transactions, and that's all the money in the transaction. So which leads to my next question is who are some of the larger volume providers, or are they all just individual investors?
For us specifically or in general?
No, like if we wanted to get more volume, like transactions going, is it just through marketing or is it you go to somebody who has a lot of money, or what is it?
I would say it's both, but that's just to keep it organic and natural. Like what I explained, it's all of us collectively buying and selling. So when I show you the chart right here, this is all 1,300 accounts buying and selling, buying and selling. When, where, how, that's up to them. But these are people that are buying and selling cycle. They control the volume. Now, if I put in $1,000 right now, if I buy 1,000 or if I sell 1,000, then that's going to add 1,000 to the volume. See what I mean? So if somebody adds $10 right now, that'll add. If somebody sells $10, that'll add to the volume. The volume are the buys and sales combined.
Okay, so what the focus should be on? Maybe what the TVL?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the volume doesn't matter if you don't have any TVL. If you don't have TVL, then you shouldn't really be concerned with how volatile it is or how much volume it has, because you're not benefiting from that. And if you want to trade it, then you probably do want it to be more volatile, which is also an incentive to make sure that there's enough liquidity so that people can buy and sell. If there isn't enough liquidity, then people cannot buy and sell. But the people that provide the liquidity understand that. That's why they provide liquidity, because they can simply get paid off the transactions. They don't have to jump through all of those hoops and try to make money. They know they can make money by just providing liquidity.
Okay, and then what does LP stand for?
Liquidity pool.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Anybody else got any questions? Let me see. Yes, I did mention the airdrop. We're going to do airdrop on Halloween for all of the segment holders. You have to have a segment. If you don't know what a segment is, let me just show it real quick. So this is the main domain for BlockCycle. Another example of having a digital identity. This is where they're going to be taking identity to the next level. And they're going to be saving a lot of money on having to get a copy or an update, because this will never change. So if you own it, you control it, this is one of the benefits. But here's an example. Everyone that has a BlockCycle segment, which is these, you are going to receive a portion of the airdrop. Airdrop is going to be 100,000 cycle plus whatever other rewards we can build up in the next few days. But that's what those are. So yeah, I spoke on that. That's for Halloween. Okay, that's it. All right, that's all I really got for y'all. But if anybody got any specific questions, I can answer them before we hop off going forward. Tomorrow I'm gonna hop on here and we're gonna do NFT Tuesdays. I'll post inside of school the link for NFT Tuesdays for those who want to hop on that tomorrow. And I'll be announcing our NFT that we're going to be making with Eric. And I'm actually about to mint this NFT right here and auction it off. So if anybody that wants to be a part of the bid, you can look out for that post in a minute. And if you got any suggestions, let me know. Like, this is all like community work, so we're putting this together.
Can we connect for like 5 minutes after the call, man?
Yeah, just shoot me a message and then I'll get with you in a second.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day, everyone. Make some money.
The money making itself, right?
Right.
Cycle up.
All right, I'll catch y'all later. I appreciate y'all coming through, and then a replay will be on YouTube, and then I'll post it inside of the school so everyone that's coming after us can get access.
Thanks, Walt.
All right.